Rock and roll! Welcome to Laconia Road Poet Studio, the show that invites you, the viewer, to come on. So if you sing, dance, juggle pianos, tap dance across the stage, or pogo stick across the live wire, we want you right in these chairs. The folks are Catherine Dougherty, Simone Henderson, and my good friend Keith Henderson.
Yes, brother. It's great to be on the show again.
Yeah, you know, tonight we're going to get like Keith to host it for us tonight. I got that thing. Yeah,
Awesome.
That's my plan, man. That's my plan. And you know, it's just so great. And you know, we got Grace in the booth. We got Zach. We got Shane. We got some cool people here, all putting this together for you, the viewer, to be on. So please get a hold of us. And I just want to make a quick announcement. I talked to my good friend Charlie St. Clair from Laconia Motorcycle Week. And I am going to list myself next year with the Road Poet e-magazines, Laconia Motorcycle Week, Poet Laureate, and Archivist. So if you're out there, you got pictures of Laconia, you got stories about Laconia, you got poems, or even a song. We want to hear from you because we'd like you to be in an anthology that we're going to be putting together because it's all about Laconia. Now, I'll introduce Catherine first. Catherine, how long have you been writing?
I have been writing for most of my life. I've been published since 2012.
2012,
Yeah.
wow. And you've got 3 books there that you've written.
I have 3 books that I've written. There's a trilogy series, Jean and Rosie series, in polyester pajamas. That's the first one. In woolen bikinis. And in leather chaps, which is the last one. And I'm working on 2 others.
Well, I mean, it's so cool. Now, hold the cover up again.
Which one? This one?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
If you're looking at this and you say, God, I like that cover, I want to get down and look at it really close up, you can go down to Annie's bookstore and they got one on the shelf just so you can go in and say, wow, that's a cool cover. I wanted to look at that. And you also could probably find it on Amazon.com.
That's
by
right.
looking for it under covers.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can even probably print it. That's exciting.
You
can
could
print
probably.
the cover. So I hope you can, and you probably can even find my book there. But I think these, you know, Catherine's books are more exciting and pretty. Let's show up the orange one there.
Oh, the orange one.
Yeah,
In woolen
they're much-
bikinis, see?
They're much prettier. They're much prettier.
The great thing about these books is that they all take place in the Lakes region and Laconia area. So it's just a local. I grew up here. I'm a native, and there's a lot of that people will relate to when they read them.
So when did you come up with the idea of your 2 characters, your 2 main characters?
Well, I was in real estate, and in real estate you meet all sorts of different types of personalities, and there was one that was very feisty and self-centered. And that became my main character in my first book. And she meets somebody that's cheerful and sunny and has a great disposition, and she can't stand her. So it's the clash between the 2. They become very good best friends. They have a pajama party together. That's how that was created. From there it went wherever. But yeah, it's all to do looking back at real estate. It's amazing how different things in your life come together and you use them for other reasons.
Like
Never
I said,
thought that would
we were
happen.
talking earlier, and I did mention that, you know, when they went looking for a house,
Yes.
you know, and all the stuff they went through, and say, God, that person's been there, you know what I mean?
I have been there. I also just recently purchased a house a couple years ago, so I know what it's like to go to these different houses and all the reasons why they don't, you know, it's true. It comes right down to, does it feel right? Everything else is out the window. You walk in and you
I don't
know.
want to give away the idea of the book, but I love it when you're talking about basically the Pepto-Bismol kind of concept, right? And
Yeah.
you know, when I went buying a house, like I actually bought a house once, and I was posing as a citizen, and I remember we put a marble near the refrigerator and watched and see how long it took for it to get to the door. You know, because they'd say, "Oh, it's perfect."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Incredible what a real estate agent's idea of perfect
Well,
is and what person buying the house's idea is of a house perfect. I usually like my floors without waves. You know what I mean? I mean, really, you know.
There are many houses out there with waves.
And
Yeah.
you shut the door, you're not supposed to be able to see the outside.
That's
I know
right,
a
that's
lot of
right.
things, but, you
It
know,
reminds me a little bit of poetry. I had somebody one time hand me a poem and said, it's the best poem ever. A, B, C, D. That's enough. I've heard enough. I don't want to hear anymore.
I mean, it's, you know, it's incredible. People, well, thank God I'm too poor to buy a house today. You know what I mean? But I got a Harley. That's that I can say.
Yeah.
I can say.
Yeah.
And would you like to read one or two of your poems? Because you also write poems.
I do, and my poems are very different. They're more of a spiritual experiences
Just-
that happened to me. So, and I brought them on paper, although I probably know them by heart, but I'm nervous.
Yeah, read a couple and
Okay. First one's Unknown Places. I wrote it after my mother passed away a few years ago. Oh, well, 2001 now. And it goes, looking for answers, there are none, yet blessings are bestowed in unknown places, empty spaces that needed filling in. Suffering and blessings coexist, a plan not made by human minds, but somehow intertwined into existence so perfectly, so tenderly. Total confusion, unclear why things happen the way that they do. One appearing unfortunate dies so young, another very old. So many stories remain hidden, untold by mortal tongues. Still the blessings come, and cracks are sealed without answers.
could you read another one?
I can read another one.
You know, before you
It's
start
shaky.
crying. Yeah.
All right, and this one's
That's the
called-
worst thing you do is tell a woman don't cry, right? I mean,
Well, it's true. There's so many stories. Everybody has a story. And they're just beautiful. And we don't understand why things happen sometimes until much later on. And it all comes together and we understand it. So that's what that is about. This is called Invisible. And it's another one like that, but it says, could I become invisible, blending with the breeze, inhaled into nostrils, exhaled through the trees, rising as the morning haze dissipates in the sky, floating down on scarlet leaves and resting where they lie, separating day from night as sun sets from above, mingled with the breath of one who's hopelessly in love. Safely set within this realm, drifting without fear, could I become invisible if I were to disappear? And it's just all about how we still very much, people are very much with us, or their spirits are very much with us after they go. And we breathe the same breath. So these are things that are amazing to me to think about. I don't know, are you a deep thinker? Are you a deep
Very
thinker?
deep, very deep.
Yes,
You
so
know,
that's what that one is about.
They say they never speak to us so loud as when they're gone. I don't know
It's
if you ever
true.
heard that expression. And one breath we don't have was Henry Ford was supposed to have captured the last breath that Thomas Edison breathed into a bomb. Did you ever hear that story?
Yes, I have heard
Yeah,
that story.
yeah, you know what I mean? So we're all one breath short, but it's okay, we'll get over it. And how would you, now that is lyrical poetry,
That is freelance creative writing. Rhythmatic style is 4-4-5, 4-4-5, 4-4-5. And that's called rhythmatic poetry.
well, see now, I should know that, right? I should know that. And, Keith, thank you. And Simone, you didn't bring any of your work.
I know, I apologize. I write a lot of short stories. I have written some poetry, but I don't consider myself a poet.
Well, I would have, next time, bring some of
Oh,
your
absolutely,
work.
absolutely.
And because
I
you
apologize.
studied under Wesley McNair, who was,
Yes, sir.
was he a New Hampshire poet or?
He lived in New Hampshire for quite some time, and then he moved to Maine as his career progressed and started teaching. He had